I think I'd like to clarify.
Yep.
When you sign up with an agent, are you signing up with just that one person? Is the whole agency kind of working on the sale? Do you want to shed some light there?
Yeah, so unfortunately, there's this perception that when you sign up with a brand, you're signing up with the global or national or a really big business,
that's wrong?
right? Yeah, you know, like...
You tell me 100 agents aren't trying to sell my house in...
People think, you list with a big brand, you're listing with a lot of manpower and, a lot of people working on your home. And the reality is that is the furthest thing from the truth I can possibly tell you. And I guess I'm going to reveal another secret here, is that if you list with Mr. Joe Smith of the biggest brand in the country, you're only listing with him, not his brand. Yeah. His brand supports him to a certain extent. They provide him some tech and they're providing a CRM and an email address, and really that's about it. They do pitch that they might have bigger reach with their websites and so forth, but the reality is that 90% of traffic still comes off the two big portals.
I don't understand why anyone goes to a real estate website to look at properties. I've
Nobody
never understood.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you need to buy off one agency?
Exactly.
Why wouldn't you just look at all the properties in the market?
Exactly. So the thing is that if you list your property with, what name did I use? Joe Smith. Let's just use Joe Smith for a minute. Then you're actually only going to get your whole home sold by Joe Smith. So not only are you not receiving the benefit of the big brand, but you're not even receiving the benefit of that entire team in that office.
Yeah.
Because Mr. Joe Smith doesn't want someone else in his office to sell the home, because then he's got to share his commission.
Yep. That's not part of the agent DNA to share commission.
100%. So he will protect that at all cost, which means that there is no opportunity for other agents to actually introduce buyers to the home, because he doesn't want to share the commission.
But also, I mean, it's a motivation thing. I mean, it's what's top of mind. When you're an agent, your client's calling you asking, oh, why isn't my home? You're focused on selling the homes you've got listed, not what someone else has got listed. Right. So if you're getting a buyer through, your interest is for your seller, not even the other sellers in your office.
Yeah. 100%.
Right? You get more of a commission, you make them happy. In some cases, you get them off the back if things aren't going well. It's not like there's this huge motivation to cross-sell.
Yeah. It is a case that agents probably don't even know what their fellow agent next to them has on the market. That's how realistic I'm going to put it.
That absolutely.
If Joe Smith
how do you
has
keep track?
3 listings and, Philip, whatever his name, maybe he has 3 listings, they probably don't even know what each other have on the market. Yeah. And he's only going to work with his buyers, he's going to work with his buyers, and they're each going to want to sell their own stock, their own listing, because they're going to maximize the commission for that particular property. So I think when a seller's listing, they really need to work out who they're listing with. Yeah. And the thing is that if an agency has 10 agents in there and each of them are working with 50 buyers, that's 500 buyers potentially in that office that they could be working with. Yeah. But when you limit it to 10 buyers each, then you've really diluted the competition that could be available for that property. Yeah. So it's very important when a home goes to market and when you do list with an agency that you do work with someone who will actually collaborate. Yeah. Because the fastest way to influence a sale price is to create competition for the home. Yeah. And usually not usually, but the way it should be is that competition should be able to be created within the own office. Yeah. So if there was this philosophy and culture that everybody collaborated and actually put the customer first, then it would be quite easy to make every single property competitive, right? But the reality is that it's not.
It's too hard with it's very hard with a commission model, to be honest. I mean, if it walks across your lap in terms of you having a conversation with a colleague in your office about something they just listed, and then someone inquires and you've got no listing to program, that's when it can work as a team. But apart from that, it's very hard when you're focused on a commission payment.
I think a lot of people don't realise that real estate as a career or as a job is very focused on listing. It's not actually focused on selling.
No.
You know, so
They'll pay you more for listing.
they'll pay more for listing. And I think that's a flaw in the real estate industry, is that the commission structure should be set up in a way that the commissions are shared for both selling and buying, and then maybe collaboration would come into play a bit more. But it is very heavily focused and skewed towards listing. Like you're told to list. Don't worry about selling. Selling will happen.
Yeah.
I think if certain measures were put into place, then I think customers will get a faster result, a better result, and then you would actually be listing with a brand, you know. So I guess that's why we've changed the way we do things a little bit, because we, at the forefront of everything we do, is we actually put the customer first, not the commission first. You know, the commission will take care of itself.
Oh, you're still here?
Wait, I haven't seen you subscribe yet.
Go ahead and subscribe. Oh, and while you're at it, why don't you follow us on Instagram too? Sound like a good idea?
Sounds like a good idea. See you soon.